All right, guys. Today we're gonna break down the Chiefs versus the Steelers and the Ravens versus the Texans. With no further ado, let's get right into it. So on Christmas, we're gonna have a special event, guys. We're gonna have Mahomes versus Wilson, right? That's gonna be a really intriguing game, right? And the reason being is because both of these teams gotta have it. Okay, they gotta have this dub. The Chiefs, on one hand, they gotta have it because they're trying to get that number one seed. Okay, so everything has to go through Arrowhead, right? Then you got the Steelers, they're trying to hold off the Ravens so they can stay the division leaders. Okay, so they gotta have it as well because right now they're tied, right? And the next person who gets the one up gets the division. Okay, so these boys have a lot to play for. But when we break down these two teams, when you look at these teams defensively, they pretty much add up. The defenses are going to cancel out. I'm going to say the Chiefs' defenses are probably a smidge better than Pittsburgh's, but just a smidge, okay? But when you look on the offensive side of things, okay, we have Mahomes, Kelsey, Hop, Hollywood, Worthy, Juju, Hunt, Pacheco, and the line is blocking, guys. And the line is blocking. All right. I believe this is when Andy's going to start turning up the offense, dialing up plays, getting things going. All right. We kind of saw it last week against Houston at Arrowhead, but like I said, we're gonna need to see it this week against a tougher defense on the road. All right. We're gonna need to see Pat and Andy formulate a plan that's going to get these boys ready to rock and roll. Like I said, on offensive side, I'm going to give the edge to the Chiefs, not because I'm a homer, but because I really believe that the offense is turning that corner and it's starting to get playoff time. Andy has to ramp this thing up and get it going, okay? If we're going to really make a run at this thing. From the Pittsburgh side of things, you got Wilson, you got Pickett, you got Austin, you got Harris, you got Warren, you got Fryermuth. They ready to play, y'all. They ready to play. Okay? And they gonna be at home too. So you know them terrible towels are gonna be waving, okay, all over the place. With that being said, man, I can see how Pittsburgh is going to attack us, which is going to be that secondary. I'm interested to see if Steve Nelson is going to play this week. If he plays this week, I'm really interested to see how they're going to attack us at that point. If he doesn't play, we kind of know where the weak link is at. It's in Williams, okay? It's in Josh Williams. It's when Najee Harris comes in the game. That's going to be our weak points, all right, on that secondary. So it's going to be interesting to see how Russell's going to attack it. Also, it's going to be interesting to see how the Chiefs try to attack that pressure 3-4 vaunted defense that they always shoot out there at you guys, and they tough at it. Okay, they tough with it. So it's going to be interesting to see. Realistically, we should try to run this rock at them, pound them a little bit, get them safeties up in the box, try to take a couple deep shots with Worthy or Brown. That's my opinion, but we'll see what happens. But on the flip side, it's the same thing with Kansas City defense because Chris Jones is questionable. We don't know if Chris is playing. I would be surprised if Chris don't play, though. I'm just going to say that, guys. But for this game, I'm going to tell you to take the Chiefs on the money line. Okay? Take the Chiefs on the money line. Now let's move over to this other game, which is the Ravens versus the Texans. All right? When you look at these defenses, I'm going to say Baltimore's defense is probably better, okay? Baltimore's defense is better, but it's in Texas. It's in Texas. So, usually them home teams, they stud up when they're at home. They try to fight harder. They play harder. The question is going to be, can they figure out a way to contain Lamar Jackson? If Houston cannot contain Lamar Jackson, it's going to be troubles because, as we know, Lamar is throwing that thing all over the field, man. He throwing it, he running it, and then you got King Henry. When that dude gets to moving, man, it is crazy when that big fella gets rolling. All right, if you don't stop that pressure, before that train gets to going, you can cancel it. You're gonna get one of them stiff arms, or you're gonna get trucked. I'm just being honest. That's what it is, man. So with all that being said, on Baltimore on that offense, like I said, they got so many weapons. They got Flowers, they got Bateman, they got Andrews, they got that other tight end Likely. They running back, like I said, it speaks for itself. King Henry. All right, Lamar speaks for itself. He can be their running back, their quarterback, whatever you need him to do. Lamar can do it. All right, and in my opinion, guys, we watching the MVP in Lamar. They trying to trick you with Josh Allen and all these other names, but really, in my mind, it's only a three-headed race. It's going to either be Lamar and two running backs from either Henry or Saquon. All right, those are really the MVPs. The mainstream trying to trick you with all this other stuff, but those are the MVPs. In my mind, it is Lamar Jackson. Now let's move over here to CJ Stroud. When you look at that offense, that hit with Tank Dell, that hurt. That hurt them. Okay, that hurt them really bad. You know, we all praying for that brother to get better. You know what I'm saying? It's two seasons back to back where this man has been on the injury and he's hurt. I'm hoping that he gets better and everything comes back and this kid comes back and he plays well. But when you look at this offense, they've regressed. Okay, they've regressed because of the simple fact they cannot protect CJ Stroud. Okay, he's kind of got that similarity to like Kansas City and Mahomes, where at the beginning we just could not figure out a way to protect Mahomes. Same thing with Houston, man. They struggling to protect him. So you know Baltimore's going to be coming. They saw that game with Kansas City. They saw that they were last against the blitz. He used to be first, now he's last. So you got to understand what's going to happen. This is a copycat league. So expect Baltimore to do a lot of blitzing, okay, and put their guys on islands. Expect them to do a lot of blitzing, a lot of pressuring, a lot of designs, you know, stunts and all that kind of stuff to get some pressure on that boy CJ Stroud. Because once you pressure him, he will throw one up to you. You know what I'm saying? He will throw one up to you. But on the flip side of that, the way to beat Baltimore's defense is to run that rock. Okay? If you run that rock at him, then them safeties have to cheat up. Then you can start breaking those plays down in Nico Collins deep shots. You know what I'm saying? In cuts, all of those. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of things will help him. But like I said, Dalton Schultz, great tight end. So if they can run that rock, and Baltimore is susceptible to having that rock ran on them. So if they run that rock on them, man, keep them boys at bay, and then somehow sneak a little play action in to protect CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, Schultz. You know, they got Deontay Johnson, who's going to really look to try to figure out a way to, stick it to Baltimore because they just cut him. So it's going to be, he's got all these backstories that's going to make it way more interesting. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a really good game. But for your money, I'm telling you guys, take the Baltimore Ravens, okay, on the money line for your money. Holla at your boy, man. I'm out.